I don't think that either of them are ready. Good additions to the squad, good young English players, so, you know, they're ones for the future.
Morelos. That's loose. Badro Bakhtiar. Also loose. Mahali Jazuli can step in ahead of Joe Cole. Tries to be too fancy, Mahali. Charlie Adam. Badrol. Out to Kuala. Shafiq. Stepping in is Conor Cody, another of the young players coming through the ranks at Anfield. Carroll, himself just a young player. Robinson.
Yeah, the game just a bit scrappy. Neither team really getting hold of the ball and making passes. You can see the quality Arsenal possess in terms of the way they actually play. And Liverpool don't play that way, we know. Pre-season is very difficult to get your touch, get your passing going. That's why I always felt that this would have been a better game for Malaysia in terms of them having decent possession, being able to show what they can do. Because you play against Arsenal, when Arsenal are passing the ball the way they do, it's difficult for you.
Carragher closed down by Fakri. Morelos' touch just takes him away from trouble. It's Flanagan to run onto the ball. Precious little movement ahead of Raul Morelos, so he comes back. Adam again finds himself in space. Looks for Andy Carroll. Charbini does superbly, but only as far as Morelos. Charbini's second save.
Once again, he saw Charlie Adam looking for Carroll. They've been working on that. We saw them in the warm-up, looking for him to check to get the ball over the top. And to be honest with you, I don't think Carroll saw the goalkeeper coming, because he was favoured to get it, but because he took so long, the goalkeeper did well. He came off his line. Good one through there by Malaysia. Opportunity for them to attack.
Mahali. Badrol Bakhtiar. Flies in on Charlie Adam, who stays on the deck. Gets up gingerly. It's a fine line between being competitive and picking up injuries. Carroll forces the handball from Muslin Ahmed.
Yeah, that's the first time we've seen Liverpool play that diagonal ball up to the big man, and he's won a free kick, so this could be a way for Charlie Adam to introduce himself to the Liverpool fans, because he's very dangerous from set pieces in these areas, as we see. So let's see what he can produce there.
Charbini, 5 in the wall, 6 joining with Azruddin. There's enough distance for Adam to get the ball up and down from, what is he, 25 yards out?
Yeah, great opportunity, great position. There's nothing better than scoring on your full debut.
Charlie Adam. Charbini took a step right and Adam tried to put in the opposite corner.
Yeah, I think Charbini felt that he was going to go over the wall, so he took a little step to the right and he tried to put it back to where Charbini had come from. To be honest, I think the goalkeeper, I think he read it and he would have had it been on target.
Kunalan's flick on. Abdul Hadi Yahya, Super League's top scorer, puts the ball in, but Robinson clears and Joe Cole picks it up. Morelos with Spearing available. Here is Jay Spearing. Tackle from Mahali, free kick.
That is where you can see concentration so important when you're attacking, because as Malaysia are on the attack, it was a nothing clearance from Robinson. It fell to Cole in loads of space. That's where the defenders and the defensive midfield players, when your team has possession, you have to concentrate and make sure you're picking up the opposition when you have the ball.
Flanagan, well, too hard for Morelos.
He looks about 14 years old, John Flanagan. Not only their young side, they're a very young-looking side as well.
Liverpool bench with Steve Clarke taking control of things. Kenny Dalglish back on Merseyside to look after the double signing of Stuart Downing and goalkeeper Donny from Roma.
and that was the new coach, Kevin Keane from West Ham, who worked with Steve Clarke on the bench beside him.
I was going to say unusual not to see Sammy Lee there.
There you can see Joe Cole now coming wide, but originally he was right in the middle, and they would play so narrow because both Morelos and Cole like to come in field to get the ball. And if the fullbacks aren't going to attack, you get a situation where, which has been Liverpool's problems over the years, and that is to have a very narrow midfield four. That's where attacking football is so important.
Laga. Connor Cody. Flanagan was screaming for it. Forced backwards. Cole. Adam. This time Flanagan. Cody. Adam. Morelos. Spearing, running off him. Nasional's clearance. Nice from Liverpool.
Yeah, they're keeping the ball, passing it around. Haven't got as much invention or flair of Arsenal to really hurt Malaysia. But once again, it's pre-season, and it's about getting fit, getting some cohesion, some understanding, some fluency.
Azrin Putra from Selangor will take the free kick for Malaysia. Took a bobble in front of the keeper.
I think the keeper will be happy that that wasn't in front of the goal from a central position.
Chauvenet's clearance easily picked off by Connor Cody. Cole's touch lets him down.
And there's Joe Cole once again right in the middle. It can be a good position if you have fullbacks coming forward, because it really does give your opposition fullback a problem as to whether he marks the attacking fullback or he goes in and marks Joe Cole. But with the fullback not coming forward, as you can see, it's just a very, very narrow Liverpool team in the final third. And there's Joe once again. And there's Morelos in field as well. Against Arsenal, we saw Walcott hugging the touchline, Miyachi hugging the touchline, and that gave them a lot of space in the middle because it enticed the fullbacks to stay out wide to mark them, and that made more room in the middle for Ramsey, for Wilshere, for the midfield players.
Former Watford, Newcastle, Charlton and Liverpool legend John Barnes in the commentary box. Joe Cole. Left foot, not his strongest, sharp in it. Make sure there's nothing rebounding off him. And then a quick ball is missed by Flanagan, but Carragher is covering. Morelos to Spearing.
Showed all his experience there, Jamie Carragher. Once again, there's Cole in field, but if the fullback was further forward, he really could have got him.
Carroll still finds Joe Cole, offside. The flag was up very early in the move. Even so, Andy Carroll attracted 4 or 5 players to him.
And he showed good composure, good touch, good skill, although Cole was offside. That's pleasing because Carroll really has struggled in terms of, not when the ball played up to him, but in terms of on the ground, but he showed good skill and strength and composure there.
Approaching the 18-minute mark at Bukit Jalil. It's bathed in sunshine. It's a humid afternoon. Just to the south of Kuala Lumpur. It's a wonderful theatre to play football. Charlie Adam on his full debut. He did make an appearance in the second half in the 4-3 win up in Guangzhou. Adi Yaya. Spearing. Typically spirited.
That wasn't a pre-season tackle.
Cody. Flanagan. Looking for Robinson. And Yaya getting in the way though, and Amar Rohidan header central midfielder just slows it down, and Malaysia, for the most part, comfortable. And Kuala is taken out by Flanagan.
That's the first time he's really had an opportunity to get at him. A little bit deep. We saw him one against Arsenal a few times, but here he had 2 or 3 around him, but he did well. And that wasn't a pre-season tackle either. The baby-faced assassin.
He has a reputation as a no-nonsense defender. It says it in every guidebook about John Flanagan.
But when you look as young and innocent as him, you get away with it.
Azruddin. Decent ball in, and Jones came for it, then let it go.
Yeah, not a bad ball, and you can see, no matter how big the centre-backs are, if the delivery is good and you can make good runs, you can get in. That's what I like to see Malaysia do. They didn't do it against Arsenal, getting the ball in the box. Maybe they felt because the defenders were bigger. However, get good quality and you can cause anyone problems. Hernandez isn't the biggest player in the world, but you see how many headers he scores for Manchester United, Paul Scholes.
Carroll spearing. Could see the intention. Kunalan steps in, and half a chance for Abdul Hadi. Shafiq for a blue shirt up in support. Badrul Bhatia. Shafiq. Badrul. Still Badrul Bhatia.
Yeah, he threw himself to the ground. I think he should have stayed up. He might have been able to get it, but throwing himself to the ground.
Forced to the ground, Mahali Jazuli picks up a yellow card.
Yes, that was a yellow card, and you can see that the manager must have had a word with him after their disappointing showing against Arsenal to be a little bit more competitive. But overdid it there slightly.
Malaysia coach K. Rojagapo was absolutely fuming after that Arsenal game. He was unusually critical of his side. I do think we're seeing a disciplined response from Malaysia.
Yeah, I mean, Liverpool are always going to ask different problems. They're not going to ask the problems that Arsenal possess.
Spearing. Bradley Sharp gets an important left leg in there.
But they've dealt with Liverpool well. We'd like to see them probably attack a little bit more and be a bit more confident. But the more it stays at 0-0, the more they can then push forward with a little bit more confidence.
Bradley Sharp puts one high into the Kuala Lumpur sky. Possession close to 70% for Liverpool. But clear chances, just really that one that Sharbini intercepted from Carroll.
We saw Joe Cole once again going right in into a congested area.
I need to ask, he's a good pro, England international. Surely he knows.
That's his position. You know, he did it for Chelsea. He's done it for England because Joe Cole is not a wide player. But the difference that he has when he played for Chelsea or England is with Ashley Cole behind you, when he goes in that position, Ashley Cole goes forward, and therefore the balance and the shape, you still have someone playing wide, Ashley Cole. Whereas with young Robinson not being an experienced player, when he goes in the middle, Robinson is still staying back, which means that there's no outlet. You see Robinson is still behind him. Robinson should be, you can imagine Ashley Cole running down the line, running wide. That's where that full-back relationship with their wide midfield player, even if he wants to come in, is so important.